today's subject is something I ummed and ahed about doing for quite a while, to be honest. I'm not really, and I don't know if it's the right thing to talk about, but it's something that's close to me and close to my heart. It's mental health. So it always seems to be like this down subject that everyone seems to like. It's kind of a bit of a taboo subject that people, especially men, don't really talk enough about. But I thought, given the time, sorry, I'm stuck in traffic now, as you can see, but given the time, I'd just talk about like mental health and how I've coped with it over the years, because I've had my ups and downs. I mean, I'm diagnosed with depression and anxiety like a lot of people. Mine was, I think, I haven't really been pointed where mine's come from. Where mine came from even, but it was like, I think it's just a combination of things over the years, like burning the candle at both ends and stuff like that. But yeah, when I think about it, like, no, I'm no professional. I don't claim to be in any way, shape, or form. But when I think about it, and I think about how I feel and what affects my feelings, it can just be about everything and anything, to be honest. It's like, I get there's some people who suffer worse than others, and it's very subjective to each person. But for me, it's always been like, it always felt like there was one thing and then another thing and then another thing, and I always said, like, as a bit of an analogy, I said, imagine holding your arms out, someone puts a bag of sugar in your hands, and then it's not a lot, you come with it, but then they can't give you another bag, and you have to keep holding it, you feel like you can't hold it down, you should be told hold it. Then you can give another one, and then over the years you get given another one, and another one, and another one, and then over time, it gets more and more difficult to carry the sugar, and you feel like you can't put it down, you feel like you can't ask for help with it because you've been told that you've got to deal with it. And then eventually they give you another one, and that's it, then you can't cope anymore, and you drop it and everything falls, and you feel like you're the worst person, you're in a dark place, you feel like you've done something wrong even though you're not really. Yeah, that's how I felt about it. And then through my experience in life, I've gone through counselling, group and individual counselling. I've tried drugs, and then none of it seemed to work, but I always had my partner there to talk to her about it, which was really helpful. But I think the hardest part was that first step in saying I need help, and I'll never forget that moment where, for me, I'm brave enough to admit it, all I remember is being sat in the shower, just like tunnel vision, couldn't think of anything. My mind was going a million to the dozen and focused on anything. And then I just remember my partner coming into the bathroom and asking if I was okay, saying that because she said, been in here for over an hour, are you okay? And then I just remember looking at her and I just burst into tears. And the look of panic on her face, and still not, like, I don't know what came over me. And I think it was just like you said, that 2 hours just full of all these things that are weighing me down, and I just burst. And it took me a long time, I really struggled. It took me ages to get it out. Still I have my down days, everyone does, but I feel so much better now, and it's just like, it was just everything. A lot of mine though was, I've always felt like an outsider. No matter where I am, no matter where I go, no matter what group of friends I was with, I never really felt like I fit in. I always felt like, you know, it's a bit of a joke, but I think it was a comedian. I want to say it was Russell Howard. I can't remember who it was, but it was a comedian. Said there's always one dickhead in a group, and if you're the person who goes, oh, there's no dickheads in our group, you're the dickhead. And I always thought to myself, I wonder if I'm that person, because I did have a couple of groups of friends where I thought, oh, everyone gets on, everyone seems good, and I thought I never felt like part of any like particular group of friends. I had in school, I had a few different groups of friends that I'd go and hang around with day by day, week by week. And then, but I never had like a core group of friends. Like some people do, like you have childhood friends that you're still friends with through years and years and years. I never really had that. And then obviously when you leave school, you all go your separate ways, you lose contact not through anyone's fault, but just life. Make new friends, you go on and do hang out with them, then you might go on to new jobs and make friends there, and so on and so forth. But my group of friends, I had my group of friends for quite a while. Like this is my group of friends that I had after leaving school and when I was in the military and so on and so forth. And I still never really felt like a core member of that group, if that makes sense. I always felt like, once again, an outsider. And looking it up online after I've gone through all this and talking to my therapist and my counsellor all the time, there's something called, I think it's called outsider syndrome. And it really is something like that, where you always feel like you're an outsider, you always feel like you're on the outside of any group that you're with. And when it was described to me, I was like going, oh my god. It's just like talking through the symptoms and stuff like that. And I also was that's me. Everything about that is me. And then when me and an old partner of mine went our separate ways, we had a similar group of friends, and to make things easy for them, for some reason I decided to cut ties with everyone. I don't know why. And maybe I thought I was doing the right thing at the time, I'm not sure. But after that, I only really had one group of friends then. And they were school friends, but I didn't really see them often, maybe like once every 6 months. But as adults, you don't really see your friends like you used to when you were kids, so it didn't really bother me. Until I found out that they had a separate WhatsApp group that I wasn't part of. They knew invite each other out like regularly. No idea that was going on. Found that out purely by chance. We were out on a night out and they were talking at the bar. Went up behind them, they were talking about a conversation. And obviously we'd all had a drink, and I was like, oh no, I don't remember that conversation. They went, oh, it was in the group. And I don't think they realised what they said. And then I was like, what group? And they went, oh, the WhatsApp group we're all in. And then you see the look on the face. And I was like, right. So then there was that. And then, obviously, as you get older, you start getting married, start having kids, stuff like that. I'll bring my into any bit, so I thought, this isn't healthy. It's bringing me down. Like, thinking that, once again, I feel like the outsider. I feel like I only get invited when it's convenient. I feel like I'm the one putting all the effort in. And even friendships are just like relationships with men or women or other genders. If it has to come from both sides, and if you feel like if it's not being reciprocated, then it's one-sided and it's not healthy. So in my infinite wisdom, I thought, right, that's it, I've had enough. Like, just cut ties. It's all about it. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. It's like I can't go back to that place anymore. But then, and now, I'm in a situation now where I feel like I've got no friends. And apart from my partner, she is, I mean, don't get me wrong, in my last video I talked about, like, my dog is like man's best friend, isn't it? He's there, he's always happy to see me, and it's really good, and I really enjoy it. Like, I'm going home now, and I can't wait to see him. But my partner, she is my best, and has been for a long time, my best friend. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't cope without her. I'm not scared to admit I really was in a dark place at one point, thinking about not good things. And she helped me through that. But I just, like, obviously we're talking about mental health, and this is what really affects me. And I just feel like I need a friend or some friends to talk to have a life, have a social life. That's one thing I've not had. Like, I get a lot of people lost theirs over COVID, or it was put on hold over COVID. But mine was pre-COVID. Like, I can't remember the last time I had a night out, or even just a day out. It wasn't just me and my family. And it really gets you down after so long. And it really does, like, it makes you feel like people don't want to be your friend, and that you're not likeable, if that makes sense. This is one of the things, like, to be fair, after this, I'm probably not going to have a good rest of my day, but I thought it's worth it just to talk about it. And it's something I really struggle with, because now I'll get on with people, like especially at work and stuff like that, or I'd like to think I get on with people, and then I always feel like I'm stuck at that. We're not friends, we're work colleagues, or we're not friends, we're acquaintances. I really struggle now to make that, like, to call someone a friend, because I feel like it's not a friendship, and it's only, like, we get on for now, and then it's going to finish, and what's the point? And it's not their fault, honestly. I'm not blaming anyone, and sometimes I would, like, say to one of the lads from work, like, I've had to go for a drink after work. But because of where I work, there's a lot of commuting, and we all work we all live quite far apart from each other, so it's not feasible. Unless we were, like, staying over somewhere, say, like, we went to, Manchester. As you can't tell, if you couldn't tell from my accent, I'm from, like, between Liverpool and Manchester, that area. So we could go to Manchester or Liverpool for an hour, but you'd have to, it's talking a big expense, and it's only something you can do every now and then. And then, like I discussed in one of the previous videos, we're saving up for our wedding. It's another thing that's been really getting me down, because my list of people to invite is very short. And same with my stag do, something else that was discussed recently. It might just end up being 5 of us, because it might just be me and my brother, my dad, my brother-in-law, and my father, or my future brother-in-law, and my future father-in-law. Because I think, like, who else am I going to invite? And it's really depressing. Yeah. And then, like I said, because I suffer with depression and anxiety, I'll have days where it might not even just be a day, it might just be like an hour or so where I feel really down, and I have no reason for it, just having a bit of a crap moment, or a crap day. And then my anxiety starts playing up for no reason whatsoever. People like to mislabel it as stress. Well, I'm not stressed out about it, because my heart's racing for no reason, like I'm having a panic attack. And then I sit there and think, what the hell are you worried about? Like, what have you got to be worried about? Nothing. Like, everything's good at the moment. But it's what it is, isn't it? Like, I suppose that's why I like to hear about other people's lives and experiences and stuff like that, and it's nice to hear that I'm not the only one that goes through this, and you've got people who are in similar situations. Like, it's like being a parent and you're going through a bit of a rough time with one of your kids or something like that, and you think to yourself, well, am I the only one that's going through this? And you talk to another parent, and you're like, oh, it's not just me then. And then you have a bit of a laugh and a joke about it, and like, there we go. Yeah, I just thought I'd make this, because it's not, like, let me know if you ever struggle with this type of thing. Like, I mean, I could go on forever. Like, so sad, I think it's called as well, like seasonal awareness disorder, I think it's called, where like gets to winter, miserable. I am miserable. I say to this, I don't know how you tolerate me, because I'm just grumpy all the time. I'm down all the time, depressed all the time. It's just one of those things, there's not much you can do about it. It's not one of those things you have to learn to live with, I suppose, until we come up with something fandangled new show on, which is never going to happen in my lifetime, but you know. Yeah, no, I just thought I'd talk about it, just get a few, like, it was something that played on my mind, and thought I'd see what other people's opinions are. So yeah, just leave in the comments below, like, if you deal with any of this, like, what helps you, and don't forget, like, it seems really difficult, and it seems like there's no one to help, but there is always someone who can help, and you might not think it, but even just a phone call to someone you don't know, like the Samaritans or one of the charity helplines who help deal with it. I'm sure there's plenty out there in whatever country you're watching this from. Now, I spoke to my partner. You might not have a partner, but you've got friends, you've got parents, you've got work colleagues. I'm lucky in the sense that where I work, we have something called a mental health first aider. Now, they're trained to spot these signs. I want to become one, I've asked to become one, and hopefully I will be soon. So you can sit down and talk to people and be that person that someone can confide in, like when they're not feeling the best, and you can offer advice. You're not a counsellor, you're not there to offer like counselling advice, but you can point people in the right direction and make them feel like they're not alone. I think that's the hard part. I felt like I was alone. I mean, I had people around me, I had my partner and my family. It's not like, but I felt lonely. I think that's the difficult part. If you feel like you're spiraling, you feel like you're alone, and people wouldn't miss you, that's how I felt. I felt like people wouldn't miss me. People will. Someone will. So just talk to someone. Jesus, just leave me a comment, I will respond. I will make sure that I will put a little bit of time just to send a message. So I always remember when I was doing my psychology degree, there was a man from San Francisco. Don't worry about Manhattan from. There's a man from San Francisco, and he wrote in his suicide note that he's going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's a quite famous psychology case study. You can look it up on Google. So it's a man from San Francisco, I can't remember what his name was, but in his suicide note he said he's going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge unless one person smiles at him or talks to him on his journey. And I think they worked out that the journey was about an hour to 2 hours from his apartment, and he killed himself because he thought no one was there for him. And it makes me think, like, how many people have thought there's no one there for them and done something silly like that. But yeah, just leave a comment if you just want someone to talk to, anything. leave a comment, talk to someone, talk to a friend, family member, colleague, anyone, doctor. That's who I spoke to. After I spoke to my partner, I went to my doctor, asked for help. And make sure you let me know that you're doing something. I don't normally do subjects like this, to be fair, but I thought this is super important to me and to my life, and I wouldn't be here right now if I hadn't asked for help. So thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe, don't forget to leave that comment, hit that notifications icon, and we'll talk about something more positive, I promise, in the next one. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.